Ship corner.
Andy. I
I
enjoyed a first half of watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and I was not watching this football game because I think within 5 minutes it was pretty obvious that the Chargers, I don't know, quit.
The effort level on
yeah,
some of the tackling and the angles they're taking are, I don't know if there's a geometrical term for an angle of sadness. There's the triangle of what's that movie? Triangle of Sadness?
yeah, I haven't seen that yet because
It was all right.
I love
Obviously,
I love the premise, but it was like 3 hours, so I don't have time for that.
It was long, but no, I liked it. It was pretty decent. Everyone's been talking about the Mission Impossible movies, so I thought I'd start catching up on those. So I started watching part of MI2. I watched the first one. I forgot that came out in 1996. So when he goes on the internet, it is like the craziest looking, like made up thing, like that video. The Nelly video where she's texting and it's like Excel.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's looking up the Bible verse, but no, we're working our way up to the Ghost Recon. So that's it. I watched the whole first half, and it's not that the Raiders were so good; they were the better team clearly. But if you're going to be sad and you're going to give a low effort, be a low T team, and your offense isn't going to do much, despite a team that you can probably run the ball on a little, you can't probably turn the ball over that many times. And then, I mean, it won't show up as a turnover, but the 4th and 1, that wasn't a very good run. I mean, that never had a chance.
No.
So you give them that many chances, and a half decent offense is going to just drop that. Just a goddamn Christmas skull fucking here. This what do you do if you're Staley? Do you just pretend you have to poop and hide in the stall for the whole 20 minutes? Like, guys, I'm just, it's still coming. There's still more turds. Like, I'm not coming back.
I actually feel bad because I joked about Antonio Pierce saying that the offense was going to explode. They're exploding. These are all offensive points. Like, they're getting it all done. I mean, I don't really have. Here.
Do you have an opinion on Staley making to the end of the season? Because you remember when they had, God, who was the coach a few years ago?
Anthony Lynn.
Anthony Lynn. I mean, that team was legitimately fucking horrid, and that team had quit on him, and they still let him coach out.
Yeah, that's kind of my guess.
It's a weird ownership group, right?
Yeah, I don't know. And also, like,
doesn't matter.
Is Telesco gone? Like, presumably, like,
maybe
it's a question of how high it goes and when do you start.
Is this total legitimately 14.5?
Oh wow! You want to play the over?
It should be the closing total should give you. You still have to anchor to that a little. And
this is a totally different game than was forecast.
But yeah, it was a different kind of game. That said, what? I mean, what do we even get? Like, if you're the Chargers, you got to go out there and play. We all say teams don't tank. Players don't tank. Players don't quit. Easton Stick has to put something on tape if he wants to get 5 more years of backup.
Yeah. Antonio Pierce has to show that he deserves legit consideration for over John Gruden, apparently, who is being considered for bringing John Gruden back.
A lot of places showing 17. What do you think of that side total?
I mean, Raiders at this price. You think the Chargers are giving you anything?
I would. So normally I'd say, hey, let's just take a money line, but there's probably a bunch of scenarios where this game just ends up like 7-7 second half.
The Raiders getting
the points.
The Raiders getting to at least 56 seems plausible to me.
Yeah, 14-14, which is definitely an over.
You want to play the over instead?
Well, no, I mean, I like the Raiders in the points. I don't see, like, I'm torn because, like I just said, players don't tank, teams don't really tank, but these players check the fuck out. Like,
dude, you see the effort from Derwin James on the second touchdown?
It was
rough.
rough.
My lord!
The effort of the angles and the tackling, especially in the secondary, has been putrid.
Look,
the Raiders are just like emptying the playbook. Oh, here's a wildcat sweep that goes for 30 yards of the touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's he's slaloming. It looks like the goddamn mascot game where they're playing against little kids. Like, oh, there goes Jackson DeVille.
I will actually say, touchdown. Like, we're clowning the Chargers, rightfully so, but like the Raiders are playing well.
Oh, for sure.
Aiden O'Connell is throwing some good balls. Like he's dialed. So yeah, I don't think that's
14.5. Boy.
Okay. All right, let's play the over. Let's go over.
Secondary play.
Let's go over because we'll know by the end of the third quarter if we can just completely tune this game out. We'll know, right? Yeah. Like, there's no if you're.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I believe so. I believe I'm on the Mission Impossible right now, where they use the Limp Bizkit song for the dun, 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 dun,
Sure.
dun, and the Fred Durst version. I'm going to check into that, but the timing matches up because it'd been like 98, 99.
Give me 5 seconds and I'll power rate my Mission Impossibles for you, and you can tell me one way or the other.
Man, or at least you can. Seen like the first 3 or 4. I don't know if I've seen the Simon Pegg one.
The best
one.
I
had a weird thing.
Simon Pegg is in like Simon Pegg is in like 3 of them.
I know. I think I've only seen like the old ones, man.
The Henry Cavill one is the best, and that was the one that was the most recent before Dead Reckoning.
You know what I like when they do the.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a different guy.
It's a different guy.
Oh, it's a different guy.
You thought it was the same guy this time, but it was a different guy again.
Oh shit! They told
you. He pretends to be the prime minister at one of them. It's pretty incredible.
You know what? I put this on the list of things I got to do. I think my favorite Christmas movie might be Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay, that's a good one.
It's kind of a good, especially I have kids. Like, if you want to watch a movie with the whole family that doesn't it's not just cheesy suck. I like that one quite a bit.
No disagreement.
And Michael Caine's fine in it.
I mean,
I watched Dirty Rotten Scoundrels the other day.
Die Hard and
on a Michael Caine kick.
Die Hard and Die Hard 2 are clearly the best 2 Christmas movies.
Yeah, I know. The kids can't hear the yippee-ki-yays. They need to stick with the
yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
What's the
you know that story?
Yeah, what's the
they dubbed it on
snakes on a plane? The snakes on a plane one. I'm sick of these Monday to Friday snakes. Yippee-ki-yay melon farmer. I love that one.
The one by me was always Mr. Falcon, and it was incredible.
Honestly, all the Muppet movies are good.
Yeah, the Muppets are incredible.
Muppets are just good.
I don't really have anything else to say about this game other than I guess.
Do you have any takes on the injury news we got today for anything else?
Well, I got one more. I got one more take. I forgot one more thing I wanted to say. I forgot one more thing I wanted to say about this game, which is just because this game is a piece of dog shit, you still have to commit it to memory. Okay. And in the future, when people pretend like effort isn't a huge part of playing defense,
oh my God,
this is evidence to the contrary. Because
effort is the only part.
Honestly. Yeah. Yes. If you are not trying on defense, this is what happens. This is not, we had some fluky injuries and we're getting destroyed like the Broncos did against the
It's such a fucking stupid thing to say though, Drew, isn't it? Effort is everything, but that was the biggest thing on defense I saw
this time of year. Oh fuck yeah!
In any sport, but some of the more physical sports, honestly, what set apart. And I'd attend even when we didn't go. I'd attend high school state wrestling. What set the ones apart that were really winning state titles and stuff. Those guys were they had 10% more effort. They were always just getting after it a little more, not giving up on the takedown. It's shit, the guy's just trying a little harder. The other guy's more technically sound, but I think this guy's gonna fucking win. And yeah, I mean, you see what bad effort does. It leads to people I haven't heard of scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 in the same game. Yes, Trey Tucker. Is that who that is? Trey Tucker? I was not paying attention. Yes, Trey Tucker. I mean, he's a rookie.
I heard of him because I looked at some stats earlier, just oh, this guy's on the team.
You got any guess of what college you went to?
Trey Tucker went to the University of Texas, El Paso.
Oh, he was not a Roadrunner. He was a bear. He was a Bearcat. Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati Bearcats. All right. The actually, one final thought on this game, and then let's talk about other fun stuff. Fuck Brandon Staley. You deserve this. This is a fitting goodbye. Absolutely perfectly happy with this being the way people remember your tenure in LA.
Well, I mean, he was an offensive head coach, Drew. What's he going to do about the defense today? I mean, it's been, and that's the thing. They've gotten good players. Somehow they've drafted or acquired good players, and those players have regressed within his system.
Yeah.
Like Kenneth, Derwin, like those guys were decent players at times and have taken steps back. You know,
He set behind the analytics movement for coaching decision making for like 10 years. Because he was like all aggressive, and then like he kind of folded under all the blowback, and then now he sucks. And it's like, oh, see, he was wrong. Like, you set us all back 10 years. You made football less entertaining for a decade. Thank you for that. And more than anything else, I will never forgive Brandon Staley. What I'll remember the most from his tenure is him lying about the availability of Mike Williams last year. And he lied to cover his own ass because he put Mike Williams in harm's way in week 18 in a game that didn't matter and had him get injured to the tune where he was not available for a playoff game where they blew a 35-point lead or something absolutely absurd, 28-point lead. I don't even remember. It was a game that was completely out of reach, and they fucking lost.
You know what worries me here about this over, now that I'm thinking about it? They had talked about, and I was just reading some blog sites and fan sites today, but I think Max Duggan is on this roster. He's worse than Easton Stick. Like, if we get to that, things might be a shutout. I think my kid is texting me. I think the game is over. She wants a ride. Tell her mom.
Go tell your mom. Okay. Anything else you want to comment on in the world of sports? I didn't have any opinion on the injuries.
The Vikings injury report was bad. O'Neal is like, I looked at some O-line stats, and everything comes with context and nothing's perfect. But
yes,
there's a decent chance he's the best tackle in football. Like,
I agree.
His win rates are so good. He is super important.
Top 5.
Out. I don't know what the offense is going to look like with Mullins. Like, Jefferson's back, that's fine, but the Vikings offense, it's going to be a weird game.
Yes.
The other one, I didn't get super good updates, I guess, on a couple of the ones I really wanted to catch up on, but I need to go write down all the notes for Tampa, for Green Bay, for the Browns, the ones that had 13 guys that mattered on the injury report.
Bad news for our Bears Cleveland under, I guess. DJ Moore looks like he's going to be fine, and Jaquan Brisker's hurt now, so that's not cool. Jaquan Brisker is a guy you want out there. Everything else has. Bad news for Houston. I mean, the fact that CJ Stroud and everyone in Houston got hurt this year feels like a sick joke, because that was one of the only cool things going. How
Houston's injury report sucks.
You know how like it's cool in the NBA that the Pacers are a thing and Tyrese Halliburton is a thing. Like,
that's what we had with Houston.
That's what we had with Houston. Now we don't, and it sucks. It sucks.
She must have snapped her mom.
It sounds like Geno Smith is going to go. That makes that Philadelphia overbettable, although it moved. It sounds like Dallas got sick. Do you have an opinion on Dallas? Everyone having an illness? Is this like the 4th week of the season?
It's Thursday. It's fine. If they had a Saturday game, I'd be like, oh no. But it's Thursday.
I think Micah Parsons has been on the injury report 4 times this year with illness. Like, who's sick for 4 weeks? Oh wait,
you and me.
I've been sick for 4 weeks. I'm still sick.
Dude,
okay.
I'm fighting the same cold from like the horse track.
Yeah.
When I was out for the Breeders' Cup.
You want a move that I can't make shit for sense of? Miami went from 8.5 to 9.5 on the news that they might be down to their 3rd string center. What the fuck? Why is that 9.5, 10? I mean, 8.5 to 9.5 is not a noteworthy move. Like, that could have just been one person releasing something.
I wonder if it's just like, hey, limits are up, and they were taking teaser liability and just said, fuck this.
I guess. It's still though, like,
I don't think teaser liability is ever to the level of like side liability though. I'm grasping at straws, Drew.
Okay, well, if it was just a release, I would love to know why. Because like the idea of 8.5's not enough points for the Dolphins with this offensive line situation that they're dealing with.
Lamar definitely doesn't wash his hands. Like, he's been sick a lot too. Good call, chat. Tunes took it, huh?
Okay,
I'll have to ask him.
All right, that's a weird one.
Partners at it first.
The partners all laid the points with the Dolphins, who are very live to lose, in my opinion. So interesting. Nothing else cooking. Kind of a shitty week.
No, heading to the in-laws. So we said we'd get fucked up. It's gonna be even easier because I'm gonna be at my in-laws' house.
Who's driving you? Wife driving you home?
It's easier to drink than your own liquor. Your father-in-law's booze.
Your wife's got the keys.
He keeps a bunch of brown stuff on.
Hey, hell yeah!
So we'll be in form.
Denver Nuggets are in form, by the way. They look like they're going to cover against the
They're a good team.
Stinkland Nets.
The NBA is like on some sort of fucking content heater right now. Dude, that video of Giannis running down the tunnel. I was watching it on my phone and I kind of had one eye on it.
$1K a month. Discord?
I thought for sure that was like like an AI thing or somebody did it in a video game. That was him actually running down the tunnel to get the ball.
If I was in a 1K a month Discord for NFL releases, I would shoot myself.
Did you see that tweet?
What?
It's what's the guy's name? Diamante Parlay guy. It's his Discord. Yeah. He there. Go watch the video. He started a Discord.
Marco Parlay?
Like, he's like Marco Parlay. He says, I want all the sharp people, the big bettors. I want them in there. And I don't want to sell pick. I'm not going to charge any money. But then it's $1,000 a month to be in this Discord. So I don't know. I guess there's people in it, but the Twitter sphere had some fun with that the other day.
Oh my god!
I don't have an opinion. My general opinion is generally don't give money to people on the internet for the most part.
There are some degenerates out there with too much money, I think, is the main takeaway, I guess. Marco Parlay among them. So speaking of degenerates with money, like the Jacksonville Jaguars had an employee steal money and lose it to FanDuel and DraftKings. Like,
my favorite part was like that the sharp, DFS community identified that it was basically like this guy plays in big money contests. He uses no game theory. Like eventually they just realized like he's a donkey. Like it wasn't, he's past us because he's doing different stuff. Because I think you see something like that at first and be like, what does he know? Does he know? What does he know? And then you realize like, oh no, this guy just sucks but has a lot of money. So I guess people were like going to find him. Like they would go make sure they maxed out contests with him because it's almost like overlay. It's just a dead entry.
Okay. Thank you for explaining this because I didn't really have a read on this whatsoever. I don't play DFS. I don't really understand.
Not only was he a degen, he didn't even try to be good at DFS.
Well, yeah, but like, if you're FanDuel or DraftKings and you're taking whale action and you're cultivating whale action, but it's stolen money, like,
I don't think you're culpable because there's no way to tell.
There's no like, but if that money is stolen from a partner, as in one of the teams of the 32 that are the NFL, that you have like a serious relationship with,
it's a little slippery, isn't it? But at the same time, if the guy had bought, Lexus, the Lexus halftime show, the guy buys a Lexus, is Lexus or whoever the group that owns that now, it's weird because there's no way.
That's different though, because it's a depreciating asset. It's a depreciating asset, right? But
there's no analogy. But it's so hard because how would they know? There is some due diligence, but are they responsible to go look and be like, where does this guy work?
Yeah.
I honestly, man, maybe I'm talking myself into that. I think at a minimum,
if you're a VIP, if you're a VIP cultivator at
how many people you think? All right, so
you got to know where the money is coming from. I think
players, practice squad, every coach, and everybody in the front office. That's probably only like what 200-300 people per team.
Correct.
You're talking like less than 10,000 individuals in the whole world for the NFL. So you need that per sport.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is like if you did that for every major sport, and maybe like golf, and we should have caddies. It is suddenly it's like we need these 50,000 people. We need to make sure they're not playing or putting in big money. It's just a lot of stuff to track. And then you gotta, hey, the Jaguars fired this guy and have a new intern. Are you getting updates on that constantly to make sure these people aren't It just seems like it's past their.
I guess the question is, my assumption is that the revenue for these legal shops, because of the way they have set up their business, is disproportionately coming from the whales, right? So is there any effort at all to make sure you understand where that money is coming from?
And maybe that's the case. Maybe it isn't due diligence on everybody. It's due diligence on the 1%.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here comes a guy throwing some money around.
Yes. 50% of our revenue is coming from these 100 people. We got to make sure we got to make sure that's like Walmart money, not like the Jaguars annual budget. Right.
There has to be some KYC on the.
Yes. I would think, right?
We'd get into this conversation. I thought it'd go back to Christmas movies. I don't like a lot of other Christmas.
Well, the $1,000 Discord thing was a fucking trip because, literally,
that was a weird one.
Yeah, fuck, man. I can't. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're paying for Discord releases.
He took some heat in the quote tweets. I mean, obviously.
Oof. Yikes! Oh, they are pulling out the Chick-fil-A's. Halfback pass to Devontae Adams. Touchdown, Andy. We are 1/3 of the way there. 1/3 of the way there.
Oh,
right. We're a third of the way there. I know what my least favorite Christmas movie is, and one that you should absolutely not watch because it is zero fucking added value. You want to know what I'm going to say?
Joyeux Noel?
Love Actually. Worst fucking movie. Maybe bottom 5 of all I've ever seen. It's not even bad to the point of redeeming good. It's just bad. It's just bad, and it has aged. It has aged extremely poorly. Crazy Stupid Love is definitely good for being bad. Yes.
No, that's a funny movie.
It's a funny movie.
Good
yes.
Comedy.
No, Love Actually. If you like Love Actually, you need to revisit your artistic takes. Patrick, if you like that movie, it's because you got laid during that movie, not because you think it's good.
I know. We were talking about that, the affinity for movies and shows that maybe you made some baby making too. I was gonna say, have you ever seen Joyeux Noel? It's the story of the World War I trenches where they took a break and they played soccer with each other. They against their orders, the Germans and the Brits, and I think there's some Scots. It's a true story. They just said, "Fuck, we're not shooting each other on Christmas." They had a day and played soccer and had snacks, and then they went back to the trenches and went back to war. It's crazy. It was a good film. Not great, but I always watch that one. I like subtitles because it puts my wife to sleep.
All right. Well,
I can't think of another Christmas movie. So obviously, Die Hard's great.
Die Hard's the
Home Alone. I've told this story too. I think we bought it on Amazon Prime, so then it would be the kids' Kindles had it before they got iPads when they were little, and my daughter watched Home Alone for 4 hours one day, and I finally went in there and she had figured out exactly where he's eating his mac and cheese, where to touch it on the timeline.
Oh boy! So
she'd watch all the traps and all that, and then just go back to that part again. And she'd just been watching these two guys get hurt for 2.5 hours at that point. Oh no, this one's gonna be a serial killer.
Great call by Dan. That was Jacoby Meyer's second touchdown throw to a Raiders player. Amazing. Great throwback, Dan. That was the most absurd play. That was the most absurd play of 2022.
Elf is good, buddy.
Elf is good. Color. Elf is good. Jingle All the Way, horrifically bad.
That's bad. 4 Christmases, horrible.
Horrible. Yes. Just what's the Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz one? The Holiday.
Oh, The Holiday. Dude, that starts with an attempted suicide.
Yes.
Isn't she? She's trying to kill herself with the.
It's also weird that Cameron Diaz gets paired with Jude Law, and Kate Winslet, who's fucking beautiful, gets paired with Jack Black.
It's he's a good personality.
He's got great personality, but what are we doing here?
Bad Santa's funny. You ain't get shit right.
Oh man, Oh boy. Oh boy. Patrick's wife. Patrick is in Christmas movie hell.
You know what I was. So I watched because my kids like these '80s movies they've never seen. So we watched Willow the other day, and
Yeah.
Tony Cox, who plays, he's Santa's elf in Bad Santa, his accomplice. He's in Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's incredible.
He's like the warrior Willow or whatever.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Name for their tribe. I'm like, holy fuck! Look at you, Tony Cox in Willow.
He has a very impressive IMDb.
Oh yeah, he's been in a lot, but I hadn't seen that in a country mile. Mile at a time.
He was in Spaceballs.
Spaceballs was not Christmas.
No, I know, but I'm saying this was Tony Cox's IMDb. He was in Spaceballs. He was in there's a bunch of movies from back in the day. Man, he made the rounds in all of like the pun movie, the like pun movies, date movie, epic movie, disaster movie. He was a regular in all of those. Anyway,
Chargers. All right. Chargers scored.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, we're only one away.
Polar Express is a good kids movie.
Chargers missed the extra point, so field goal doesn't get us there anymore. Oh, no, field goal wasn't going to get us there anyway. I got 17.5. What number did you get? 16.5? What number did we post? 14.5?
What did we post? Well, that 14.5 was not available to anything I have.
I didn't, I
like
can't.
That was legal bullshit.
It doesn't matter. Did they miss the extra point? Even the kicker?
It's going into the 20s.
Even the kicker's quitting? Oh, no, he made the extra point.
I don't know what you're talking about. Gambling Bandits asked, have you guys watched the movie or the new show on Max called Bookie? I haven't heard great things.
No. Oh, really?
No, I haven't heard great things.
Mm.
I liked the Santa Claus when I was little.
The Night Before Christmas, where they get super stoned, is pretty good. It's not funny. You know the one with Seth Rogen?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
I was thinking Christmas office party or whatever. That's actually kind of a trip too.
I like the Bob's Burgers Christmas run a lot.
Yeah, Bob's Burgers.
I'm blowing through those right now. Those are all outstanding.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You know what's funny is like everyone's mad about the gambling aspect because a lot of people are like that part. They just didn't do the research. They did a poor job, and it makes me think of when Uncut Gems came out and everybody, the whole of gambling Twitter was like so mad about the parlay he places at the end. Now that's like now in 2023, that's a pretty calm SGP.
Yes,
like,
it is.
That's like, oh, that's the square. Like, I can't believe you're playing like a correlated SGP at this point.
Yeah.
The odds suck. You're embarrassing.
Yeah.
But back then, it's like, oh, who's going to take first back?
Who's going to take Aiden O'Connell over 3.5 touchdowns and Raiders minus 35?
Yeah. Oh, people were so mad about that. And I didn't mind Uncut Gems, but I am Midwestern, and it's just too much yelling for like 2 hours. It just my anxiety was.
Yeah. Real quick, Holt asks thoughts on the Netflix tennis match. This is, of course, if you didn't already know, Nadal and Alcaraz are going to play in Las Vegas the week before Indian Wells. I think it's going to be amazing. I really hope both players are healthy and in form. And I would like to know what the court speed is going to be because that's going to matter.
Yeah, there's something about exhibitions, exos. Sometimes you can tell like one person didn't show up. Neither of these men are a mail it in kind of dude. Like they don't have that gear. They can't downshift to mail it in. Like, so if they're healthy and they're in form, it's going to be just as good as probably any match you see in Indian Wells.
I have a weird tennis take for the men's side, which is that that Djokovic's 2023 was so outstanding, especially into the finale, that I think he probably comes out a little like, I don't know what motivates him to really get going for Aussie. So I think Aussie could be another one like Wimbledon where Alcaraz gets him, which would be cool. No. Djokovic? No, not now. No way. No chance. I think there's
a chance. It's not good.
Not with
but
Nadal in the mix for the French Open. No way.
We'll see.
No
We'll
way,
see how
no way,
healthy
no
he
way.
is by
No
then.
way.
Dude,
No way.
even if Nadal is healthy,
Nadal is
like
only
Indian
coming
Wells,
back to play the French Open. That's the
I know,
only
but
reason.
even if he's healthy early in the swings, like the odds of him is he still doing Barcelona, Rome, money? Is he doing all those?
Yeah.
Like the odds of him getting hurt are
You
just
can write
so
this
high
down.
at this point.
You can write this down. You can.
I'm writing it.
30 minutes into the abomination that was Raiders Chargers halftime show. The first half of the 2023 men's tennis calendar is going to be all about the build up to Alcaraz Nadal French Open final.
Yeah. Christopher Davis. When I stayed home sick a couple weeks back, I watched Good Time for the first time. That was also anxiety inducing, and that checks out. I didn't realize that was the same brothers that directed that.
I think Djokovic kind of starts the season slow, tries to see us. He'll take whatever. If you're going to give me the Australian, I'll take it. But I think he is pointed directly to taking back the title at Wimbledon. And I think that's the first slam he wins this year.
I mean, what are his odds as he's third? Is he second or third favorite at French?
Ooh, that's a really, really tough question.
It's close, right? And see, I think all three of them should be right near the same odds.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
200, 200, 200.
Like, Calendar Slam isn't some like 50-50 proposition, but it's more than 20.
He's probably has a 30-ish% chance to win the French.
He's probably 70 to win Aussie, 70 to win Wimbledon, 35 to win the French, and then the U.S. Open is definitely takeable.
Who the hell knows? Yeah.
And obviously, at that point, you're a long way from now.
Djokovic played so hard, so late in the season this year, Dan. He played.
Somebody has odds, Drew. And these, early odds, whatever. We got to wait until they play a little. But still, Alcaraz plus 150, Joker 225, Nadal 4-1.
Yeah, Nadal's the bet if at those prices.
Yeah,
but I think
a lot closer to like
I think Alcaraz takes the Aussie. I think he is. Alcaraz and Medvedev are both kind of live-ish for the Aussie, in my opinion.
365
and then I think it's going to be Alcaraz and Nadal truly who are fighting it out for the French this year. Look, Djokovic played too hard, too late. Like he was grinding out wins in Paris and in the Tour finals. Like that has the potential to cast a shadow on the start to his 2024 season, which I think will cost him the Aussie. That's my sincere opinion. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, because I'm going to be no on if it's 70% Djokovic to win the Aussie. I'm going to be on the no. Andy's muted.
Those implied odds like minus 165,
70%.
No, one.
You said 70. That's like minus 180.
200 is 66%.
Oh yeah.
So you're talking like 225.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think he's going to be that high. Like I'm saying, that's my feeling. His actual odds will probably be evens.
Yeah, I'm on the no. Anything if he's minus anything.
Sympathy again. He says Djokovic Aussie is minus 105. So close.
Yeah.
I did chop that wood myself. I have a splitting mall. That's how I work out.
Okay. All right. Let's call it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go see my puppies.
All right. Enjoy. The people want another fun play. Trailblazers second half looks good to me when we get there.
Oh, Patrick, have fun with that. Real fun having you guys in here. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. He's harvest.
If you're gonna watch a terrible movie with your life, trade-off should at least be you're getting laid. Come on, man.
I'm gonna have a talk with her.
We need better bargaining.
I'll snap her. All right, we'll see you guys. And,
all right.